And I was online today, and I was working on some things that I'm looking to do moving forward. And I was writing out like a bio on myself and really who I am and what I stand for. And I thought, what is it that I offer to people? What's my offering? I help people stand in their purpose. I help people to stand in their purpose. I give them motivation to stand in their purpose by giving them a roadmap as to how to do it. I'm kind of like David. I'm kind of like David when the 400 men came upon him to join him while he was being hunted by Saul. I'm that. It just occurred to me today. I got my own thing that I'm dealing with, but I've gotten so far along in my path that I can lend some things to other people. Not to solve somebody's problem, not that I'm a Messiah, because I'm not. But as your sister in life, to say these are some things that I've experienced, friend, or these are some things that I know of, and this is a loophole around it, or this is how this is done for you to get this particular result from God, not from the world. I'm not the woman you align to learn how to get things from the world. I'm the person you align to learn how to get things from God. And those things that God gives you opens all the doors that this world has. That's what that is. That occurred to me today because that's what David did. When those 400 men came upon David, David gave them purpose. How? Purpose for what? What was the purpose? What were they aiming for? He gave them purpose as it relates to their standing in the kingdom of God. He made them feel as if they were a part of something greater, in which they were. We're not on the run. We don't run. We're standing. We are holding space. And we're not even taking up space. We're holding space. And when we hold space, we don't hold space any old kind of way. Surely we're holding space out here in the tents, out here in all the mess, because that's where we are. It's a battle going on. We're not sitting in the palace right now. We're in the mess. We out here in the dirt. But while we're out here, we're not out here any kind of way. We follow a rule. We're so good at what we do. This is David. We flex so well in what we do. We can do this thing at a heightened level while following a code. Yo, holler if you hear me. Holler, it's lit up in here tonight. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. He's saying, we not only are we going to stand and hold space until we can take up space, we're going to do it in the most difficult way you can. Friend, to play a thing by the rule is the most difficult way you could play a thing. You're bound by the constraints of the rule. And then to still be able to prevail and dominate? What? What? These are the Michael Jordans of the world. Michael Jordan wasn't good just because he knew the art of basketball. Michael Jordan was good because against all odds, Michael Jordan could dominate on that basketball court all the while playing by the rules. That is so difficult. Yo, being that one person to play by the rules puts a bullseye on your back. You don't think Michael Jordan had a bullseye on his back? You don't think other teams and coaches and people that were just as good as him, or at least somewhat as good, didn't know how difficult what he was doing was? You got to be in the game to know how difficult it is. You can sit on the sidelines all day long and critique and say this and say that because you don't know what it's like. Michael Jordan made it look easy. That's why he was so good. That's what happens when you're very good at what you do. You make it look so easy, but it's far from easy. It's the hardest thing. And not only to be able to do it and play by the rules and have a bullseye on your back so that when you're in the game, people have studied you. You got whole teams that sit up and gather and study the man on how to stop him. Yo, I could stand up and speak this. Studied him as to how to trip him up. And he still prevailed. He still came and slam dunked on him while playing by the rules, while having a bullseye on his back, while being plotted on. David, the same way. This is all the things of the great ones. No guts, no glory, friend. And at the end of the day, he did what he did at a heightened level. High level. This ain't no grunt thing. Playing by the rules amongst those that don't. And dominating. For an extended amount of time, made a name for itself. There's nobody in the NBA that surpassed him. Kobe, not even Kobe. So that when he's old, in his old age, he can sit in the crown of his name. He's crowned. Literally crowned. He ain't the only one. All of those that we honor as the great ones, all of them, same way. Crowned. Because they play by the rules. You're nobody unless you play by the rules, friend. Nobody. You're average. Average. This is what set David apart. This is what made him the king. A king without the seat. He was a king on the run, and 400 people came to him. And he says to these 400, I'm not going to turn you away. My heart can't turn you away. You know why? Because I know how much it took for you to come and stand beside me. You must have really needed this. This is not a fashionable thing here. This is a heart thing. I got nothing to offer you. In fact, me having you around me is a chance I'm taking because you could betray me. But I know my God so well that even if you wanted to betray me, you couldn't. Because I'm covered by something greater. I have purpose in my life. And you all may just be part of that purpose. And he will multiply this ideology, this philosophy, into all of those 400. Surely we can come upon this situation this way, and we can come upon it that way. But that's not the way of God. If we want to be partakers of the power, we got to align properly. And these people would follow him. Why? Because they saw the results of what he was doing in his own life. It showed in his own walk. He's not the out of shape personal trainer with a bunch of excuses. Nothing wrong with trainers that got excuses. But I'm just saying, he's not that guy. Because the out of shape personal trainer is no different than the one coming to the gym needing motivation to keep going. Excuses. Oh, I don't know what this, and I don't know what that, and I don't know what this, and I don't know. Excuses. If someone didn't know that that was the trainer and you were the trainee, both of y'all look like the two stooges. Having a relationship with God and allowing it to lead your life, regardless to all the things that you want to do, regardless to all the fun you want to partake of, you can still have it. You can still do it. But having a relationship with God is the single thing that helps you stay happy. It helps you stay grounded. When the fun ends in that thing that you're interested in, when the issues of life begin to happen and you begin to have issues amongst your peers and you second guess yourself and all these different things, your relationship with God will be that pillar in your life that allow you to withstand all of those different things. It's your superpower. It is the essence that allows you to move through the difficulties of life without them weighing you down and beating you down. That does not mean that you will not have difficulties in life. You must have them, because the reason for our creation is for us to get to know ourselves. It's for us to get to know the God within us. And how else do we know God